Most people spend their entire lives chasing happiness, only to realize way too late that they've been looking in the wrong places. Happiness isn't something you achieve. It's not waiting for you at the end of a goal, a paycheck, or a relationship. In fact, chasing happiness might be the very thing keeping you unhappy. So why do some people seem effortlessly happy, while others always feel like something's missing? The answer isn't what you think. And once you see it, you'll never look at happiness the same way again. You've probably felt that nagging thought that you should be happier, that if you just had one more thing, everything would finally feel right. But what if I told you it's way easier than that? Stick around, and you'll see why. Happiness feels like a moving target, doesn't it? You think, once I get that job, once I make more money, once I find the right person, then I'll be happy. But somehow, no matter what you accomplish, that feeling never lasts. The problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough, it's that most advice about happiness is wrong. You've been told to chase success, build the perfect life, and then happiness will follow. But research and real life shows that it works the other way around. Happiness isn't something you find, it's something you practice. And once you shift your focus from chasing it to creating it, everything changes. Let me show you how. It turns out that the happiest people in the world follow a few simple habits. One that don't require a perfect life, unlimited money, or even a ton of effort. Take a guy like Jose Mujica, the former president of Uruguay. He gave away most of his salary, lived on a small farm, and drove an old Volkswagen Beetle. By traditional standards, he had nothing. No mansion, no luxury cars, no expensive vacations. And yet, he was known as the world's happiest president. Why? Because he focused on enough, not more. Or look at Bhutan, a small country that doesn't measure success by its economy, but by gross national happiness. Bhutan's government prioritizes mental well-being, social connection, and purpose. And despite having far less wealth than many Western nations, its citizens consistently report higher life satisfaction. So what do people like Mujica and entire cultures like Bhutan know that the rest of us don't? It all comes down to a few simple shifts. Here's what actually works. 1. Rewire your perspective. Most of us tie happiness to some future milestone. I'll be happy when I get that promotion, when I buy that house, or when I finally figure my life out. But science shows that constantly chasing the next thing actually makes us less happy. Instead, start finding happiness in the process. The more we focus on the future, the more we ignore the joy that exists right here, right now. Here's a simple shift to make. Start finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. A powerful trick to reframe your thinking is to ask yourself this question every morning. What's one thing I can enjoy today? It could be as simple as savoring your morning coffee or enjoying a short walk in the sun. This small shift in perspective helps you realize that happiness isn't something you're waiting to earn, it's something you can create each day. 2. Practice gratitude daily. Want a simple, science-backed way to boost your happiness? Practice gratitude. Studies have shown that writing down just 3 things you're grateful for each day can increase happiness by up to 25%. Why does this work? Well, because when you focus on gratitude, your brain starts to rewire itself to look for the positive in life, rather than fixating on what's missing or what's wrong. It's not about ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about training your brain to notice the good, even on tough days. You might write down things like, I'm grateful for a supportive friend, or I'm thankful for a good meal. Over time, this simple practice helps shift your mindset, making it easier to find joy in even the smallest moments. 3. Redefine success. Most people measure life by what they gain. More money, status, achievements, but the happiest people measure life by what they enjoy. Instead of asking, what do I need to do to be successful, start asking, what makes me feel alive? If you wouldn't do something for free, it's probably not the key to your happiness. True success comes from doing what lights you up inside, whether it's pursuing a passion, helping others, or just doing something creative. Happiness comes from what you enjoy doing, not what you're supposed to be doing. 4. Reduce noise. Social media is a happiness killer. It tricks you into thinking everyone else is living a better, more exciting life. But here's the thing, comparison is the fastest way to feel miserable. Try this. Take a 24-hour break from social media. Pay attention to how you feel. You'll be shocked at how much lighter your mind becomes when you stop consuming everyone else's highlight reel. You'll also rediscover how much of your life has been waiting to be lived instead of just consumed online. 5. Prioritize connection over perfection. One of the strongest predictors of long-term happiness isn't money or status or even productivity. It's strong relationships. And don't just take my word for it. Harvard's longest-running study on happiness found that the quality of your relationships is the single biggest factor in long-term life satisfaction. So instead of focusing on getting ahead, start focusing on the people around you. Invest in deepening the relationships you already have and seek out new ones that bring value to your life. Whether it's making time for your family, nurturing old friendships, or getting involved in in a community. Stronger connections with others are the foundation of lasting happiness. And here's the best part. Happiness isn't some big, complicated formula. It's not about doing everything right or having a perfect life. It's about shifting your focus one small habit at a time. The 5 things I just mentioned will change your life for the better. But if you really want to master happiness, stick around, because now we're diving even deeper. I'm going to break down specific, actionable steps that you can start using today to take full control of your happiness. Most people think that happiness is just a feeling. You either have it or you don't. But scientists have discovered that happiness is actually built by your brain using 4 key chemicals. Dopamine is the reward chemical. It gives you that rush of excitement when you accomplish something, like finishing a project or hitting a goal. But here's the catch. If you chase dopamine too much, you end up always wanting more instead of enjoying what you've already achieved. Serotonin is the mood stabilizer. It keeps you feeling balanced, calm, and content. Oxytocin is the love hormone. It's what makes you feel connected to people. Endorphins are the body's natural pain relievers. They create that post-workout high, or the feeling of pure joy when you laugh. A lot of people try to find happiness by chasing just one of these chemicals, like constantly setting new goals or scrolling through social media for that dopamine hit. But here's the truth. Real, lasting happiness doesn't come from focusing on just one. It comes from balancing all 4 chemicals and creating a lifestyle that supports them every day. Here's what you can do for each of them. Dopamine. Instead of constantly seeking the next big goal, break tasks down into smaller, more manageable ones. Celebrate small wins throughout your day. This could be as simple as completing a to-do list or finishing a project. These little moments of success give you the dopamine boost that you need without pushing you into burnout. Serotonin. To keep your mood balanced, start incorporating simple habits like getting outside for a walk, practicing meditation, or spending time in nature. Even 10 minutes of sunlight a day can significantly improve your serotonin levels. Regular exercise is also a great way to boost serotonin, so finding a fitness routine that works for you is key. Oxytocin. Connection is everything when it comes to oxytocin. Spend quality time with family and friends, whether that's having a deep conversation, enjoying a meal together, or even just giving someone a hug. If you don't have anyone nearby, consider volunteering or adopting a pet, as these are great ways to foster connection and increase oxytocin levels. Endorphins. You want to feel good? Laugh more. Laughter is a powerful way to trigger endorphins. So watch a funny movie, listen to a comedy podcast, or spend time with people who make you laugh. Exercise is another great way to get those endorphins flowing. So find a physical activity that you enjoy, whether it's running, yoga, or dancing. Even something as simple as a stretch can help release those feel-good chemicals. By incorporating these habits into your day, you start to balance your brain's chemistry and create an environment where happiness thrives. When all 4 of these chemicals are in harmony, you stop having to chase happiness. It becomes a natural result of the life that you're building. Happiness isn't something that happens once you hit a certain milestone or reach some far-off goal. It's something you can create in your life right now by making small, intentional changes every day. Rewiring your perspective, practicing gratitude, redefining success, reducing the noise around you, and prioritizing connections over perfection are all powerful steps you can take. When you focus on these habits and balance the chemicals in your brain, happiness shifts from a destination to a natural, ongoing part of your life. Remember, it's not about chasing happiness. It's about making it a part of your everyday routine. So now the question is, what's one small change you can make today to start living a life that brings you joy and fulfillment? Look, a key aspect to happiness is built on strong connections, but not everyone has those deep relationships, and I really struggled with this. But then I mastered the art of small talk. If you're not sure where to start or feel a little awkward in conversations, I've got you covered. Check out this video where I break down how mastering small talk can help you build stronger connections and, in turn, boost your happiness. I love you guys. Peace.